Hey, Skyhawks fans, and welcome into Hawktalk. I'm Nick Roesch, and today I'm joined by the head basketball coach of the men's team here at Point University, Gabe Johnson. And hey, exciting time. The SSAC basketball championship is coming up this Wednesday, February 25th. With the regular season now behind us, what is your assessment of your team?
I think we're playing really well right now. Going into the tournament, I think that's a big deal. Probably need to work on our defense a little bit, but I think our seeding and what we have after the first game on Wednesday really fits us really well.
And once again, Wednesday is when it all begins. It's going to be an afternoon game, 3:15 Eastern time, 2:15 over in Montgomery, Alabama, where it's
Right.
all going to take place at the multiplex at Crampton Bowl. And you're playing against Tennessee Southern. That's a team that the Skyhawks defeated about a month ago. What did you notice about the way that they play the game?
Well, they play a lot downhill. They got two guys that are really good in the paint and just like catching, ripping, and getting to the goal. For us, I think defensively, it's where it's all going to start. Can we guard? Can we rebound? I've been telling the guys for like the last month or so, like those are the two big. Can we box out and rebound? Can we guard? And if you do those three things, you give yourselves a chance to win. They got a couple good shooters. I mean, it's a tough matchup. I know we won, about a month ago, but UT Southern's actually playing really, really well right now.
And when you defeated UT Southern, that was a part of just a great stretch for the Skyhawks basketball team where you beat UT Southern, Blue Mountain, Mobile, and Thomas down to home stretch where you really needed those conference wins the most. What were some of the attributes of the team to where it all really started to click?
Yeah, I'll go back to what we've been preaching about: box down, we rebound, which has been kind of Achilles heel really early on in the season, and we really picked that up. And then offensively, well, we got Kenton Steele, so that's always a big plus. Ken's been great for us all season long, and then we have other guys stepping up and hitting shots. KP kind of hit some shots down the stretch there. You got Yuta, who's probably a crowd favorite, just brings some energy off the bench. You got a freshman out of Rob, who's been pretty consistent. And so just really good play offensively, ball movement. But really it started with that stretch was boxing out and rebounding and really focusing on guarding.
And it's a marathon of a season, too. I mean, so much goes on from November all the way up to this point. Teams change a little bit, both not in terms of who's out there on the court, but also with the style of play. What are some of the biggest areas of growth that you've seen out of your team since the start of the season?
Probably I will say getting a little bit better from the bench with Yuta. Adding DJ at the semester was a big deal. He came off the bench. It still comes off the bench and gives us somebody that can stretch the floor out for us, which opens up things for Caleb and Yuta to be able to get to the paint touch, be able to distribute it. Getting Rob playing a little bit more, not like a freshman, like getting him to grow up a little bit, playing a little bit more consistent. And so that's probably what I've seen since the very beginning, kind of getting better bench play for our guys.
And postseason basketball can be a little bit chaotic. Of course, you're potentially playing up to 4 games in as many days. How differently do you manage a team during a long stretch like that?
Yeah, it is a grind, definitely down the stretch here, and it's really about toughness. Can you be mentally tough? Can you be physically tough down the stretch? And then we're not going to really change the way we play. We're going to try to play at a high tempo. We're going to shoot a lot of threes. But then, really, I think during tournament time, it is the guys that are rebounding and guarding the best. And if your team is rebounding and guarding the best during this stretch, those are the teams that are usually in that championship game. And so I think we're one of the most dangerous teams in this tournament because we can put up points pretty quick, and we can guard when we want to. And so if we can put it all together down the stretch, I think we are a team that people look at us and go, I don't know if I really want to play.
And we discussed a couple of moments ago about some of the improvements that the team has made as a whole. Coming deep into conference play, have there been any specific guys who have really rose to the occasion that maybe it took them a little bit of time?
I would probably say, you know, first one that comes to mind is obviously Ken, but Ken's been very consistent all year round, but a lot of times when you play at the level that he's been playing at, you kind of have a drop at some point in time, and usually it kind of can be at the end. And you're like, oh, we made the tournament, so let's kind of like cruise into it. And Kenneth's never done that. He's still putting up 20, 25 points a game, doing it on the defensive end, doing it on the glass also for us. I like the way Utah's been playing. He's kind of stepped up to hit some shots. KP's had a couple of good games for us. Sometimes it's just a different guy on a different night that steps up, and that's kind of what you want. Would you like to have some consistency? Sure, but also you kind of like that, like, you bring somebody off the bench like a Rob, and he just plays out of his mind. And some nights it's just like, whose night is it going to be? And I think we're deep enough to have that opportunity.
All right. So once again, as a reminder for all of the Skyhawk supporters out there, it's going to be 3:15 Eastern Time, Wednesday, February 25th. And what are some of the final words you have going into conference play for the supporters and those who have just supported through the course of the year?
Well, we appreciate your support, off campus, but even on campus, man, it's been great. We probably have one of the toughest gyms to play in. It's kind of small, and then we get everybody in there. It's really, really loud, and it's a lot of fun. And I encourage them, hey, just get rowdy, under control. Don't cross the line, don't do anything like that. But like, be rowdy, and they've done a great job, especially the football team. And if you have the opportunity to come down and play, watch us play, man, we'd love to have that support. Make that like a home gym, advantage. We're only about an hour and 15 minutes away, and hopefully we can have a crowd down there. But yeah, we feel like we've had a really good support system here throughout the season.
Everyone, you heard the man. Come out to Crampton Bowl on Wednesday. Coach Gabe, thank you so much for joining me today.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having us.
Game time! Oh, locked in. Oh, breakdown. Oh, rewind. Every hot take flying in. This is Hawk Talk. Call the play, run it back. We never walk from the field to the stats. We outline the chalk, you're home for the grind. Hawk Talk. Oh!
Hey, everyone. Welcome back into Hawk Talk. A couple moments ago, we talked with the men's basketball head coach, Gabe Johnson, and now I am joined by Kenton Steele, forward on the team. Kenton, first of all, thank you for joining me. Big games coming up, of course, with it being the conference championship. What does the practice intensity look like leading up to those games?
Well, we practiced pretty hard last week because we had a tough game at ABAC, so we wanted to turn the intensity up a little bit. I'm assuming we're dialing up for the this tough stretch of games here, so probably dial it back a little bit this week.
So, like I was talking with Coach Gabe a couple moments ago, it's a long season and things change over the course of, 4 or so months of a season. What aspects of your game have evolved through the course of this season?
Well, just compared to last season, obviously my shooting, I haven't really been able to shoot the ball my entire career up until this point. So I shot a little bit better in the first semester, and then my 3-point percentage kind of dipped second semester. But these last couple games, it's feeling good again. So hopefully we can carry that into the tournament.
You really showed up during that big stretch of games. Team, of course, stringing together those conference wins to really bring you to this point. And that gym got packed. The football team came out to support. What was it like as a player's perspective to walk into that gym, shooting around before a game, and just seeing the student body come out in droves like they did?
It's an awesome experience. Like Coach Gabe said, that gym gets really loud when it gets really packed out like that. And shout out to the baseball team. They packed it out. They make it loud every game. It's an awesome environment to play in.
So, of course, you have a lot of eyes on this team, but what's something people don't see about the Skyhawks program that makes it so special?
I would say um, the what we're able to do with what we have. We don't have the big campus and big city life that some of these other schools have. But we show up, we come to work hard, and show up on game days when it matters.
It's a unique environment. Take a look back at the start of your collegiate career, maybe where you were deciding on where you wanted to go to college. What led you to Point in particular?
So I came out during COVID year. Everybody had got their years back, so it was a tough time for recruiting. I didn't have many opportunities, and I went to junior college, Bell State Community College to be exact. Didn't have the best year. So then Point had recruited me a little bit in high school, and then once they had heard that I was transferring, the previous coach that was here, he got in contact with me, and I came on a workout, and I just liked the environment. Felt like home. Everybody was felt like a family, just a tight knit community. So I thought it would be a good fit.
That ties into a little bit of what I was going to bring up next. Just what's the camaraderie of this team like? Because you have a nice little mix between seniors, players rounding out their collegiate careers, and then, of course, a number of freshmen coming in and learning the ropes, so to speak.
So this is probably the most freshmen that I've had on the team since I've been in college. So it's definitely been a unique experience. It's a hilarious dynamic though, because obviously the older guys were a little more serious, and the freshmen they kind of joke a little more, make the environment more fun. But we're also trying to lead them and show them how to be college players and how to go about the whole process.
So, who would you say, if you had to pick one person for each of these, who keeps the team loose and who keeps the team focused?
Loose, I would say Rob for sure. Rob is a clown. He's always doing something. And keeping us focused, I would say probably me or Caleb. We're two oldest guys on the team. So we try to keep a good balance in the locker room.
Right. And especially you having that leadership role that you have, nothing wrong with saying yourself there. As we round out this interview, Coach Gabe Johnson talked a little bit to the fans tuning in, the long supporters about what they can expect coming up and thanking them for their support. What do you have to say to the Skyhawks faithful out there?
Y'all been great all season. I really appreciate the support. We all appreciate the support all season. If you can make the trip to Montgomery, please do. We would really appreciate the support.
All right. Thank you, Ken, for joining me, and best of luck this week.
Of course, appreciate you.
Game time!